This video details about human resource management. About the definition of the term human resource management. You can see here, this term is defined as employing people, developing their resource, utilizing, maintaining and compensating their services in tune with job and organizational requirements. According to the job and organizational requirements of an enterprise, people are employed, their resources are developed and utilized. Also, they are compensated for their services. This process is called human resource management. Hence, we can divide the human resource management into obtaining people, developing people, monitoring people, rewarding them, and engaging them in activities. Obtaining people, the process is called a recruitment and selection. Development of people involve training and development. Monitoring of people is done through performance management. Reward of accomplishments are done through compensation and benefits. People are engaged through talent management and career development. Hence, the term human resource combines recruitment and selection, training and development, performance management, compensation and benefits, talent management and career development. Coming to the HR function or functions of human resource management. It includes HR acquisition, HR development, performance and compensation, motivation and maintenance, and industrial relation. HR acquisition function involves HR planning, recruitment, selection and placement of employees. Human resource development functions include career planning, training and development, organizational development. Performance management, incentives and benefits comes under performance and compensation function of HRM. Motivation and maintenance aspect covers empowerment, health and safety, human resource mobility, creating a motivating environment. Industrial relation deals with discipline and grievance management, industrial dispute management. All these five functions are performed through HR information system, HR research, HR accounting and HR auditing. About nature of HRM. First point, inherent part of management. It means every management select people, train them, motivate them and appraise their performance for improving quality. That is what is meant by inherent part of management. So every organization has a human resource department for participating in this function or performing these functions. Second point, it is pervasive in nature. It means it can be seen at all levels of management including top, middle and lower levels. Third point, it is action oriented. Means it helps to solve problems through rational policies rather than record keeping. That is what is meant by action orientation. Fourth point, it is people oriented. HR is all about people at work or workers of an organization. Fifth one, it is future oriented. It means it helps an organization to meet its future goals. HRM is inherent part of any management. It is pervasive in nature. It is action oriented, people oriented and future oriented. Next, it is development oriented. It simply means HRM develops full potential of employees through reward, training and job rotation. Hence, we can call it as development oriented. Then, human resource management maintain cordial relationship between people working at various levels within the organization. Since it maintains cordial relationship among people, we, we say that human resource management has an integrating mechanism. Eighth, nature. It is comprehensive in nature. It simply means that HRM differs with the form and shape from an organization to another organization. But the basic function of every HR management or every HR department in an organization is effective utilization of human resource. Thus, it is comprehensive in nature. Next point, continuous function. It simply means human resource department or human resource management should work continuously taking care of everyday operation in an organization. It should maintain constant awareness and alertness of human relation in an organization. It cannot work all of a sudden or it cannot stop all of a sudden. So it requires continuous function. The last point in the nature, it is based on human relation. Every person in an organization has different needs, perception and expectation. The human relation manager or HR manager should give due attention to need, perception and expectation of every employee working in an organization. Thus, it is based on human relation. About scope of human resource department or human resource management. First one, human resource planning, that is, fill in various posts or position in the organization. Second, this is the department which deals with the recruitment and selection. It means develop a suitable pool of candidates. Third, it designs job. It means define the task, assign authority and responsibility related to a job. Thirdly, it is involved with training and development of employees. It helps to keep or to develop key competencies of each worker. And fifth one, it deals with the appraisal of performance. It means systematic assessment and evaluation of the work. Next, motivation of workforce, that is developing an enthusiastic workforce. Seventh one, remuneration of employees. It means focuses on fair, consistent and equitable compensation to each and every worker. Eighth, social security and welfare. That means suitable working condition, transport and medical assistance should be provided to employees. Ninth, review and audit of personal policies. This helps in reliable maintenance of HR policies. And the last point, industrial labor relation, that is ensuring a healthy union management relationship, especially in the settlement of dispute or conflicts. We will see some difference between two commonly used terms, personal management and human resource management. Actually speaking, there are some difference between these two terms, though they are used interchangeably. First difference, personal management is the management of people employed. Human resource management is the management of employees' skills, knowledge, attitude and abilities. Personal management treat employees are just an economic man or a source of income because his service are exchanged with the salary. But in human resource management, they are treated as economic, social and psychological human beings. In personal management, employees are seen as just an economic man, so their service are exchanged with the salary. But here, in addition to the economic aspect, they are given social and psychological importance also. In personal management, employees are viewed as tool or equipment. Coming to human resource management, they are treated as a resource. Since personal management view employee as an equipment, it is treated as a cost center. So personal management try to control the cost of man or try to control the cost. Here they treat employees as a profit center or profit giving source. So they try to invest in the human resource. So personal management control human cost. Here they invest in the human resource. In personal management, employees are used as organization benefit or employees are used for benefit of the organization. Coming to human resource management, employees are used in such a way that there is multi-mutual benefit for the organization, employees and families. In personal management, employees are just used for the benefit of the organization. Here there is a harvesting of mutual benefits or benefits of organization. Employees and families are given importance in human resource management. In personal management, it is only auxiliary in nature. Human resource is a strategic management function. It is a planned management function. Personal management is short-term in perspective, whereas human resource management is long-term in perspective. These are the few differences between the terms personal management and human resource management, though they are used interchangeably. We will see 10 objectives of human resource management. First, to help the organization reach its goal. It is the human resource department that helps an organization to achieve its objectives. Second, to employ the skills and abilities of the workforce effectively. Human resource management is the department that utilizes the skills and abilities of the workforce in an organization efficiently. Third objective, to provide the organization with the well-trained and well-motivated employees. It is nothing but recruitment and selection, which we have seen already. Fourth, to increase employees' job satisfaction and self-actualization. Self-actualization is nothing but stimulation of employees to realize their potential. HRD or Human Resource Department is the section that increases the job satisfaction and self-actualization of employees through training and development. And fifth, to develop and maintain a quality of work life in the organization. The sixth objective, to communicate HR policies to all employees. Seventh objective, to be ethically and socially responsive to the needs of the society, that is ensuring compliance with the legal and ethical standard. Human Resource Department is the department which formulate policies and communicate the same policies to the employees. So thus it maintains compliance with the legal and ethical standards in the society. Eighth point, to provide an opportunity for expression and voice in the management. 9. To provide fair and acceptable, efficient leadership to the workforce. And the last objective, to establish sound organizational structure and desirable working relationship with the organization. These are the 10 objectives behind Human Resource Department. Now we will see the importance of this department in an organization. As we have seen, attract and retain talent is the first importance. Second, train people for challenging roles. Third, develop skill and competencies. Fourth, promote team spirit. Fifth, develop loyalty and commitment among employees. Sixth, increase productivity and profits of the organization. Seventh, improve job satisfaction. Eighth, enhance the standard of living of the employees. Ninth, generate employment opportunity. And 10, greater trust and respect. Coming to different qualities that an HR manager should possess. As per Henry Fayol, the qualities are divided into 6 aspects, namely physical quality, mental quality, moral quality, educational quality, technical quality, and experience. The physical qualities include health, vigor, and address. Mental quality include ability to understand, learn, judge, and adaptable. Moral qualities firmness, responsible, initiative, loyal, and dignity. Educational quality subject knowledge about function performed. Technical quality peculiar knowledge on the task that has to be performed. Then experience should arise from the work proper. So an HR manager should have all these qualities as per Henry Fayol. Some other qualities include mental alertness, competent to take quick decision, honesty and integrity, patience, good leadership, socially responsible, good communicator, courteous, confident, open-minded, approachable, active listener, and strategic thinker. Here we will see some environmental factors that affect the functions of human resource management. First one, economic environment. Two factors are mentioned here. One is workforce market condition and the second, the salary structure. Workforce market condition is nothing but if there are suitable number of right candidate, then more suitable candidate or right personnel are available to perform a job. If suitable candidates are less in the society or market, then definitely enough candidate will not be available. That is one factor. Another factor is salary structure. The human resource management have to offer the particular scale that is announced by the government time to time. Thus, economic environment affect the functioning of HR. Next environment is the legal environment. That is, there are laws that says no discrimination in the positions based on sex. Male and female should be given equal number of positions in an organization. So, human resource department has to follow this law. Then there is a reservation policy like OBC reservation, SC/ST reservation regarding the post. Then there are certain safety and working condition laws that has to be followed by HRD. Also, there is industrial relation, that is the relation between union and the managers. Next, technological environment, that is advances in technologies including electronic communication affect the functioning of human resource department. And the last factor is socio-cultural environment, that is expectation of society, societal status of a job, achievement of work, authority structure, workforce mobility, and the role of labor union in the society. Thus, the functioning of human resource department are affected by economic environment, legal environment, technological environment, and socio-cultural environment. The factors that affect the present functioning or current functioning of HR department, there are some factors that influences the future functions of HR department in any organization. These factors are increase in the size of the workforce. That means, as we have seen in the previous slide, increased number of right candidates with the right qualification affect the future of HR. Similarly, composition of the workforce. For example, nowadays there are equal number of female job seekers similar to male job seekers. So that changes the composition of the workforce. Then third factor is employees' expectation. Since every worker is more educated, they expect more benefits from the management. Then there are changes in technology. Technology is fast advancing compared to the previous years. Thus, the functioning of HRM also will vary in future. Then lifestyle is changing continuously, which affect the manner in which HRM function, and there are environmental challenges as well. Role and responsibility of HR professionals. First one, focus on strategic HR issues. It simply means identify the problems early and try to solve it accordingly. Proactive action, it means don't be reactive. Don't wait for the challenge or problem to occur. Identify it early and intervene it accordingly. Develop integrated HR system is the third one. That is, try to maintain cordial relationship among different employees and among different levels of management. Working as a change agent, initiate change as and when required. Marketing HR protection, that means improve the capabilities of every employee in the organization. Outsourcing HR function, it means develop or keep an outside supplier to function the right candidate for right position. To recap this topic, we have discussed these aspects of HR management: definition, functions, scope, importance, objectives, factors, qualities of HR manager, roles and responsibilities of HR manager. This section ends here. Thanks for watching.